Hello everyone, my name is Blake Pridgeon and I am the business librarian at Flagler College. This tutorial is going to show you how to use a business database called Standard & Poor's NetAdvantage. Standard & Poor's NetAdvantage is the best database that the Proctor Library has for researching companies and researching industries that the companies operate in. To access Standard & Poor's NetAdvantage, you'll want to start on the library's homepage at library.flagler.edu. And on our homepage, if you come to this tab for articles and databases, this will allow you to access any of the library's databases either by selecting a major or department such as business administration, and here on this page, you will see all of our databases for business, and they're in alphabetical order. So as we come down here, Standard & Poor's NetAdvantage is right there. So we'll just go ahead and click on that link, and this will take us to the home page for NetAdvantage. The easiest way to use NetAdvantage is to search by the name of the company that you're researching. So just go right up here to the search engine, put in the name of your company, and I'm going to use Apple as the example. And if there's more than one company that has that name, you'll see a list to choose from. But typically, if it's a really large company, it's going to be the very first one. And there is the Apple that we're interested in. And what you'll see in the middle of the screen here is just a brief description of the company and the number of employees and what the company's website is. The most important information as far as you all are concerned is going to be over here on the left-hand side, particularly here under this heading for most used. So we're just going to go through these one by one, and I will show you what is in them and why they're important to you. First and foremost are going to be the SEC filings. Every publicly traded company has to file reports to the United States government's Securities and Exchange Commission. And the most important document that companies file is going to be the annual report. The annual report, which is the 10K report, is the very best source of information about a company. The 10K report is written by the executives of the company, and it is a report that just gives a description of everything that the company has been doing over the last year, what some of the challenges are they face, what some of their successes have been. It includes all of their financial data, and it absolutely has to be accurate. So when you're looking at the 10K report, you can know that you're looking at the very best information that there is about the company. So as we scroll down here a little ways, we will see the most recently filed reports coming up here at the top. There is also a report called the 10Q report. That's a quarterly report that comes out 3 times a year. So the way that the schedule works is you have a quarterly report that comes out 3 times a year, and then the 10K report is the final one that comes out once a year. The 10K report is a much larger document than the 10Q report. These reports are always filed on roughly the same schedule every year. So here we're looking at the 10K report for Apple. And if we come over here, we can see that Apple filed their 10K report last year in October. And we can see that Apple typically files their 10K every year in October. So just pay attention to when your company files their 10K report, because you'll want to use the most recent 10K report that you can, because as I said, it is the most comprehensive document that the company publishes, and you want to use the most current one that you're able to. So it's possible that your company will come out with a new 10K report within a few weeks of you watching this video, and you'll want to use that one if they are on that type of schedule. So to go ahead and access the 10K report, just come over here, and there are different formats that you can view the 10K report in. I'm just going to go ahead and show you what the web view looks like right here by clicking on that icon. And I'll just go ahead and point out a few of the most important parts of the 10K report. The table of contents is right here if you scroll down a bit, and these are all hyperlinked and will take you directly to that portion of the report. When you're doing your SWOT analysis, a lot of that information as far as strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are going to come from different parts of the 10K report. And the company's not just going to come right out and say, here are our strengths, here are our weaknesses. You're going to have to read between the lines and understand the type of information that goes into a SWOT and how you can find that type of information in the 10K report. So a few different places where you can look is going to be in item 1 under business. As well, you might find information in item 1A, risk factors. Risk factors is a great place to look for threats and weaknesses. Another place where you can look for threats is going to be legal proceedings. If there's a lawsuit that's being filed against the company, that is absolutely going to qualify as a threat, so you can take a look under legal proceedings for that. And for strengths of the company, a couple places to look are going to be item 7 and item 7A. Item 7 is going to be management's discussion and analysis of financial condition and results of operations. This part of the 10K report is important because this is where the executives of the company are really detailing the information that the company is involved in, especially as it pertains to the health of the company. So, what I've just shown you are some of the most important parts of the 10K document to look at, but I would really encourage you to read the entire document. If you do that first, meaning if this is the first bit of research that you do on your company, you're going to have a very good understanding of the company itself. So I would encourage you to take a look at the 10K report and read that before you look at any other information about the company. Moving on, we'll go back to the home page for Apple here. And again, under most used, we'll look at income statement. This is where you're going to go to find your financials on the company. And what you'll see here are the last 5 years worth of financials on the company. Over here on the left-hand side are the different financial measurements. And then these columns right here will tell you what time period we're talking about. If we come over here to the right, you'll see the most recent financial information right here. And this is all coming directly from the 10K report. If you click on one of these links right here, it will allow you to go right into the 10K report and show you exactly where that financial came from. So if you click on that, it's going to go right into the 10K report or the 10Q report, depending on which one was published most recently. So moving forward, the next link we're going to look at over here is going to be the industry surveys. In order to properly evaluate and analyze a company, you really need to understand the industry that it's operating in, and you need the most current information about the industry. So the industry survey is going to have that information for you. The most recently published industry survey for the company that you're researching is just going to be right up here at the top. And so for Apple, Standard & Poor's has them classified in the technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals industry. To get to the industry survey, you just come right over here to that PDF icon and click that, and that will bring up the industry survey for you. Just like the 10K report, every one of these industry surveys is going to be formatted exactly the same way, meaning that your chapter headings or your table of contents are always going to be the same for every industry. In other words, every report is going to start with the industry snapshot, move on to financial metrics, move on to key industry drivers, and then so on and so forth as you look down at this list here. Some of the best portions of this report to look at are going to be your industry trends, how the industry operates, and how to analyze a company in this industry. Since analyzing your company is a big part of your research, that's a chapter that you will want to take a look at. One way that these industry surveys are very valuable is in helping you come up with ideas for your SWOT analysis. For opportunities and threats, a good place to look is going to be under the industry trends, because this part of the industry survey is going to explain some of the challenges that all the companies in the industry are facing. And opportunities and threats, you're going to be able to find some information on that within the industry trends. In fact, if we're looking for opportunities for a technology company, look, right there is the word opportunities. So that's where it's telling you what some of the opportunities are for companies within the industry. And as we scroll down here a little ways, we will see this information on the competitive environment, and you'll see that they've got a couple of headings here that include the word threat. So that covers what I wanted to show you on the industry surveys here. I'm going to go ahead and close out that screen now, and we'll go back to the home page here for Apple again. If you start by reading the 10K report that was most recently filed to the SEC, and then read the industry survey, that's going to put you in a very good position to understand the company and to understand the competitive environment of the industry and what opportunities and threats exist in the industry. And that's going to give you some very good ideas for completing your research and completing your assignments. So I would encourage you to do those two things first. Read the 10K report and then read the industry survey. Lastly, I just want to show you one more part of NetAdvantage, and that's going to be the quick comps, and that's shorthand for quick comparisons. That will show you who the chief competitors are of the company that you're researching. So who are Apple's chief competitors? Well, if we go to quick comps, that will tell us who they are. And as this page comes up, you'll see who the competitors are for Apple here. So we see Hewlett-Packard, we see Dell, we see HP. Over here on the right, we can see what their market capitalization numbers are. And if you're interested in looking at any of these companies the same way we just looked at Apple, just go ahead and click on the link for the company. And that will take you to the home page for the company, exactly the same as what we were just looking at for Apple, with your most used headings over here, the SEC filings, the industry survey, income statement, and all of that information. So I hope that you found this tutorial helpful. And as I like to end every one of these tutorials, I just want to emphasize that librarians are always available to help you. And the easiest way to get in contact with us is to use our Ask a Librarian service. Of course, you can just send an email directly to me as the business librarian, Blake Pridgeon, bpridgeon@flagler.edu. And I'm always very happy to help you. But on the library's homepage, I just want you to remember that our Ask a Librarian service is right here. Need help? Ask a Librarian. You can send us a text message, or you can send us an email using the form that's linked right here. And we will get back to you ASAP and begin helping you with your research. So thank you for watching this, and I hope you have a great semester.